If you're feeling lost in life right now, God is going to find you and bring you home. It's as simple as that. That's the message from the parable of the lost sheep in Matthew 18, which is a description of such care and compassion. Listen to what Jesus says here. If a shepherd has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So it's not the will of your Father in heaven that anyone should be lost. We know, of course, that tending sheep was a major role in Palestine during the days of Jesus. Everyone knew the value of sheep to the community, and everyone knew that any shepherd worth his salt would seek out a lost sheep. That was their job. They would secure the 99 and seek out the lost one. But it is a lovely analogy because it reminds us that all of God's sheep, each one of us, are equally loved and cared for by God. It doesn't matter which sheep has gone astray, he will seek out any one of his flock. None are more important to God than another. He will not seek out a pope or an archbishop of Canterbury any more than he'll seek out you or me, because he loves us just as much as he loves the pope and the archbishop of Canterbury. We are all equal in his eyes. We are all equally his children, and we are all equally loved. And just as importantly, God doesn't make any judgment on why the sheep is lost. He just goes out to find it. Perhaps the sheep has got lost by accident. Perhaps the sheep has done something really stupid that has separated it from the flock. It doesn't matter to God. A lost sheep is a lost sheep and it needs finding. So whether you or I have gone astray due to the tough circumstances of life, or whether you and I have done something really stupid to separate us from God, it really doesn't matter to him. He will come and find us without any judgment at all, because God loves each one of us beyond anything that we can imagine. And not only will God seek us out, he will rejoice when he finds us, as Jesus reminds us in verse 13. And if he finds it, truly I tell you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. When a lost sheep is found, there is much rejoicing. When you return to the Lord, when I return to the Lord, the whole of heaven rejoices. And so Jesus concludes this beautiful parable by reiterating the overwhelming power of God's love for each one of us. In verse 14, so it is not the will of your Father in heaven that anyone should be lost. God loves you so much. God loves me so much. He doesn't want any one of us to be lost, to be hurt, to feel vulnerable or afraid. His overwhelming concern is for your happiness and contentment in life, and that you should feel safe and secure in his loving arms. Jesus is the good shepherd who cares for his sheep, and he wants you to experience the depth of that love and care in your life. So if you're feeling lost, or if you're feeling afraid, or if you know deep in your heart that you've strayed from God, then let him find you today. Call out his name, and he will hear you and he will restore you. And as he does that, the whole of heaven will rejoice.